difference that you have found in CSR in Australia and New Zealand, if there is?
The difference, yeah, there is a difference between Australia and New Zealand. And what we found basically is a difference in priorities. So the top priority in Australia is building internal understanding and support for CSR, whereas the top priority in New Zealand is reducing or eliminating negative environmental impacts of our business.
Okay. And is disaster an issue in New Zealand?
I beg your pardon?
No, New Zealand and Australia, if we look at the philanthropic challenges in terms of social and developmental issues.
Oh, I have no information on that. We didn't, we define CSR very broadly here. It's really not. I know in other parts of the world, CSR and philanthropy are more closely associated with one another. But here, I think CSR is more closely associated with challenges of sustainable development and a broad responsible business agenda. And we haven't specifically looked at philanthropy. It certainly hasn't come up as an issue or a problem or a priority in any of the state of CSR reports.
Okay. Now, what can the world learn from CSR Australia?
What can the world learn?
Yeah.
I guess one of the things one of the interesting things about looking at Australia is that there are some pockets of excellence in Australia that lead globally. And I think that there are some sectors that are particularly outstanding, and those sectors would be mining, banking, insurance, and property development. And in those sectors, we've really been able to make a big difference in terms of understanding impacts on the impact of the built environment on people, the impacts on the environment, the impacts on communities. And I think one of the distinctive things about CSR in Australia is that it has really blended ideas about sustainable development and sustainability with ideas about community investment. And I think that there are quite a number of Australian companies that are becoming distinctive or already are distinctive because they've been able to address both their social and environmental impacts in a more coordinated and joined up way than we see sometimes in other parts of the world.
So can you highlight some of the case studies? For example, a particular mining company is doing well. How are they doing well?
Look, out of each of those sectors, let's say in the mining area, I would say that Rio Tinto and BHP Billiton and Xstrata all do very well. In the banking area, all of the big four banks, NAB, ANZ and Westpac, and Commonwealth now are all doing good work in this area. In the insurance area, IAG is a standout, and it's a very big company. It's got a lot of sub-brands, so it covers a lot. And in the property development area, you've got companies like Lend-Lease, GPT, and Mirvac, which are all very good.
But in terms of mining, because in India also there's a major issue, and world over there is some major issues going on related to the particular issue. What exactly are they doing? Are they facing displacement as an issue, safety of the people working in the mines? What are the challenges in
current issues in mining? Some of the current issues in mining, I think safety is an ongoing issue, and it is a top priority for Australian mining companies, and Australian mining companies are among the safest in the world. So I think that the issue of safety continues to be very high priority, but is very well managed. Other issues, depending on the type of mine, what's being mined, issues might relate to fly-in, fly-out impact on families, the impact of fly-in, fly-out, or drive-in, drive-out labour forces. So there are labour issues related to the impact of, we call it FIFO, fly-in, fly-out, on communities and on families. Other issues are, broadly speaking, community relations in remote and regional areas, Indigenous relations, water management and dust management continue to be, and rehabilitation, rehabilitation of unused, or the areas that are finished, those continue to be among the major issues that mining, broadly speaking, faces, although any individual mine, of course, will have differences.
Yeah, sure. Now, the last point is CSR in business processes, in terms of CSR in advertising or accounts or finance.
Sorry, CSR in business.
In business process and management disciplines, because you are saying it is difficult to get the buy-in of all the different management disciplines. That's the big challenge for CSR there.
Yes.
Are they doing CSR in business processes and they do not know that that's called as CSR, or that is lacking?
Yes. Well, we did actually have a partnership with La Trobe University for a number of years to develop and offer a graduate certificate in corporate responsibility. Those subjects have now been incorporated into the Master of Business there. There are a number of courses in sustainability at different universities, and it's mainly at the master's level rather than the undergraduate level, but I have to say overall, education for corporate responsibility and sustainability is not as advanced here as it is, for example, in Europe or the United States.